Hello, me lovelies. Well, let's see. Hello, TG. Hello, me lovely. Welcome. Welcome, as always. I'm Matrix on PC. Matrix, oh, that's the disruption team at the police, the Matrix. Anyway, just wait for a few people to come in. Then I'll start telling all me little, talking about what I want to talk about or what anyone else wants to talk about. Tell you first about me. Which me just put this here. Something, yeah. Tell people about my day yesterday, which was a surprise. Um, for years, my very back tooth on this side. Oh God, it's. I've always sworn, and I used to say for years, that tooth is causing me to have headaches, and I mean vicious headaches at times, where I'd be literally all that I could do was lie all day. It would be down all day. It was that horrible, this intense. And I knew, I thought it's definitely this tooth because the pain would go right from here, right down to that tooth. The tooth itself wouldn't be paining, but it was just like I was aware of my back tooth all the time when I was having these horrible headaches. And over the years, I told the dentist, I said, look, I said, I'm sure this thing kicks off. It would go through phase. I wouldn't have a headache for ages. Then it would kick off and it would happen sometimes 3 times in a week. And they go, oh, no, no, it's not your tooth. It's a healthy tooth. Because I was saying, can you just pull it out? Because do I need a back tooth there? No, I don't. But a healthy tooth, they wouldn't. So anyway, last week and the week before, I had another spate these headaches. And I thought, I can't handle this anymore. So I went back and I had a new dentist seeing me this time. And so I said about the back tooth. And he looked at it and he said, oh, he said the gum, because of course I'm getting old now. Your gums start to shrink as you get older. The gum had shrunk back on the tooth. So I said, look, I said, I don't want any drilling. I don't want any messing about. I said, just take it out. I said, I've carried it around so long. There's someone at the door and I'm not even answering it. I'm sorry. I know what's going to be. It's going to be a delivery, but they can put it up the entry. Anyway, so my tooth, as I'm saying, I said, just pull it out. I said, I can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered drilling or anything like that. So he pulled it out. So I'm hoping now no more headaches caused by this tooth, because I swear it was that tooth that was doing it. And I mean, I'm talking about decades this was going on for. So hopefully I won't have any more. Are you Mrs. Missy Moon? Yeah, it's going to be a delivery. They come just at the most inopportune times. Are you Paris? Are you Anna Cleavers? So, yeah, I thought so. Hopefully now I won't be getting these horrific headaches with it, because I swear it was that tooth that was doing it. Right at the back of my mouth it was. So that's gone, and that's a relief. Who's ever happy to have a healthy tooth ripped out? Me, because I was just fed up with it. Anyway, right. I'll say if anyone wants to jump in, I'm going to keep this. I won't keep this all that long because people don't seem to want to jump in and talk to me, and I don't see the point of staying on for hours, 2 hours, just yapping away and answering comments. So anyway, what do you want to talk about today? Well, shall we do the roundup of what's been going on YouTube, in our little side show of YouTube that goes on? Are you Paper Glitter? Who shall start with? Oh yeah, let's start with the one name. My people. A quick update on that. Tends to be behaving himself, so I won't go on. Because it's sort of calm down there. I think they're getting the message. Stop this with this fake Ann going around causing trouble and stop all that business. So I won't go on about it. But all that I want to say is it's like this thing that always happens. I don't know why. I get hit at first. I'm the one that gets all the insults. But the minute I respond and thinks, You know what I mean? Stuff you, I'm going to have my say as well. Then suddenly I'm the one that's a bad one. I'm the one that's causing all the trouble. Well, he's going on with this. I don't know what he's saying. Something thing he's picked up, and he's saying it like a Tourette's tick. He keeps on saying it, aiming it at me, meaning that I'm a miserable bugger that just can't aim. That's always no negative. Just let me point out, and this is all I want to say on this matter. I never had a word with him, not once. I never even went on his channel, not once. And then I'm suddenly seeing him talking to the criminologist, and the criminologist is saying the most horrendous things about me. You know, the criminologist who isn't a criminologist. I'll say something about him as well, if I remember. And, you know, hitting at me and saying that, thank God I can't have children. Thank God I can't have, because there'd be a case on the planet or something I was getting from it. And he's, oh, what a great comment. Yeah. And encouraging this fake Ann. I mean, so let's just get it in perspective, right? If you want to go with this Friday or whatever he's talking about, yeah, reply to yourself, because you were the one that came after me, mate. I didn't go after you. But I'll just leave it at that, because he's gone quiet. Hopefully it will be a peaceful situation where I don't have to mention him again or look at him again. But if it kicks off again, believe me, I will go after him again. I'll respond in likewise. Good evening, Crystal House. Hello, sweetheart. Anyone else? What? Senior Lou, I don't know what that says. Hey, Senior, hope that that same doesn't mean evening and you couldn't be bothered putting in it. Evening, oh, most great and beautiful and glorious Anne. Hope that same doesn't mean that you couldn't be bothered typing in wonderful, beautiful Anne. Good evening, oh, worshipful one. Yes, let's get it right. Never mind. Oh, no. Never mind. Oh, no. Oh, lol. Don't you dare laugh. Don't you dare laugh. Right. Oh, thank you, Anne. I'll say. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Oh, God. Here we are. Here we are. This is the thing that's going to happen now. Paris will be flirting in the comments again. Oh, she's a flirt. Terrible flirt. Batting their eyelids at everyone. Hey, what's this? Do I think, you know, Riffins started to become Jackanory? I think he was Jackanory a long time ago. I was going to mention him actually about this new thing. I noticed he's got on his the one that made me laugh though, and I'm not being horrible here, I just thought it summed him up so much, and it was so, because people know I don't like him. It was so funny. Was he actually did a 16-minute video? Get this, and it was how it's workout, right? What he does to workout. Now, how many out there, when you see a 16-minute video advertised about how someone works out, you click on it and you expect to see them sitting on a couch for 16 minutes talking about how they work out, not actually showing you, talking it. And I just thought that is so, sums him up so typically. And of course, he's telling people the mindset they should be in, the mindset they should have when they're doing this. And I thought, oh God, I thought that just sums him up. But what he's done now, he's got a trans woman on coming up. He's doing an interview with, and I thought, poor woman, she doesn't realize. And I'm going to say something here. This is why you have to check if you're ever asked to do interviews or anything. Make sure you have a quick check before you agree to it, because I get asked for interviews, and you know, it's here and there whether I agree to it. I don't agree to any more doing interviews talking about my life. I just don't do it, because I've done it. I've done it on Sean Atwood's show, speaking about my life. I did it with Billy Moore, though Sean got Billy Moore's video taken down. But to me, that was enough. why do people want to see me on every show? And it bores me as well. You see one person on one show, then they're on another show, then they're on another show, then they're on another show. And it's like, oh, yawn, yawn, yawn. You were interested the first time. Now I'm just bored with you. It's like reading the same book in under a different cover all the time. So anyway, but if someone wants to talk, say that someone came up with a good subject matter that they wanted me to talk about, and maybe I'd relate parts of my life to this subject matter, I'd consider it. But when they want to talk about me and my life as an intersex person, I don't do it anymore because I've done it, and I don't see the point of doing it anymore. But yeah, getting onto this, trans woman that's done an interview with him. Ronan asked me a while ago. First time he approached me first. That's how I learned about him. Because of course he was hanging around with Decca Heggie. And when I say hanging around, I'm not saying he was a Decca Heggie supporter. I'm not saying that. I've said it before. He just went where I was wise enough not to tread. That should have been me doing those interviews with Decca, but I just sensed something was off. And I knew I'm not comfortable with this. I might be getting used here. And it would have been me getting used. Anyway, so I'm not saying that Ronan is a big thing, your fan, Decca Heggie fan and all that. He just didn't do his research. And in fairness, when someone's new, are they going to research everyone that they're going to be asked to interview or talk to? No, they're not. And that's the mistake I made with what is truth or Wheezy. Though I wouldn't have found it in his past because there was nothing there showing. Though it came out later, he's been banned from YouTube before I spoke to him. So, you know, that he's got a history there. So anyway, he came to me, Ronan, and asked me, and I said I'm busy, which was true at the time. I wasn't lying to him, was very busy at the time, so I couldn't do the interview. But then I started looking around and I got back to him and said, Ronan, you've got the Wheezy What Is Truth haters on there, anti-LGBTQI haters. At that time, all that anyone knew was that they were very anti-LGBTQI with what they were coming out with. Now we know with the Odyssey channel that Wheezy's got, he's ventured into anti-Semitism now and other things. So he's a neo-Nazi, basically. So they'll get the same label, neo-Nazis. Anyway, this happened. And I said to him, you've got to look at them and name them. Old school piece. I'm sorry, that is way out there. Bigoted. There are other ones that are on there. I could go through a whole host of names. Oh, Nick Williams. Need to say any more. You know, there's a whole host. And I said, they've gone to you like flies for some reason. I said to you, so I wouldn't be comfortable going on his show with them there. I said, I wouldn't feel one bit comfortable going there because they're just going to start using as an excuse to start hating on me. He didn't give a damn. He was quite happy having them there. And you'll see they're still there. He's quite happy having them there on his show. So this person that he's interviewing, I'm not going to say it to her because I don't do that. I don't sneakily go behind the scenes saying, hey, don't let him interview you because guess what? Because she doesn't know whether I'm telling the truth or not. And it's a sneaky thing to do. It's up to him who he interviews, up to her if she gets interviewed by him. And if someone comes to me and says, oh, I wouldn't let that person interview and all that, you do think, is this person just staying in the pot and got a grievance? That's what you think. So that's why I'd never do it. But hopefully she'll look. But would she know that his followers are part of this Wheezy hate group and have in the past? And I've got all the receipts of them coming out with this terrible hate. And he's taken on board Ronan, the fake app. After banning us, he's taken on board so that it can have an effect bullying me and whatever. And so, you know, that's what I'll say about him. But it's strange how he's interviewing this trans woman now when he's come out with anti-trans hate speech towards me because he thinks I'm a trans woman, which I'm not, or he thought I was. And he's now interviewing someone. Is he trying to deflect? But he comes out with a load of crap most of the time. And it's just basically he's struggling for content, and his content is him. And there's something off when your content is you, and that's the basis of it. Or apologising about something you've said, because this is what he does, doesn't he? He's just done one about Ron Swanson. Up to him, up to him. You know, Ron Swanson's a good guy and all this. He doesn't look into these people. He barely scratches the surface. Then he puts a big statement out there, like he did with Darren G. Big statements of how he's, you know, he supports them, the good guys and all this. And then he gets hit by people who know better. And then he's called some trolls. Then comes the apology video. Oh, I didn't know. I mean, he's done apology videos over decades. He's done apology videos over this one, that one. Now he's going to be doing an apology video over Ron Swanson. Because he hasn't got a plan. He's just putting any old rubbish out there he can. But this thing about, you know, being careful who I'm interviewed by and who, you know, I interact with now. It is come to the forefront now that I'm right in doing that. Alex Belfield, I'll talk about him another time. And it's just keep on this subject at the moment. Everyone, if anyone's seen this Bad X being exposed for who it actually was it Crime Scene Northeast or something? I won't give out his name, though I know his name because he sent me an email ages ago. Now, he's been outed. It was a few people actually outed him, you know, but it was really Carl McCorner. I saw him do one, and that's how I latched onto it. And this Bad X had made a couple of nasty ones about me. And then Carl McCorner wouldn't say who it was at the time. And so I went searching, and I thought, something just got to me. I thought, I'm sure I know this person. Ages ago, well, December, he sent me an email when he was the Crime Scene or whatever it was called. And so I went looking for the email, and it had exactly the same Avi that Bad X had. You know, that weird looking mask with the fluorescent bits, asking me for an interview. And he was all like, you know, I'd like to interview, you're my type of gal and all this business. And something turned me off. I rely on my gut instinct. Something turned me off, so I didn't even respond. I thought, there's something about this fella I don't like. And also, he got on one of my lives and was, did you get me email? And I just blanked him. Something was saying in here, no, not for you, not for you. And I was right to do it. But what I twigged the other day was the time span that this was happening, December. Now, this was the time when Decca Heggie, or people were trying to get me to connect with Decca Heggie. And of course, we find out that he's a huge Decca Heggie supporter. And so a few people behind the scenes were asking me, oh, I'll get you to do an interview with Decca Heggie and all that. And I was saying, no, you're all right. This was before it all blew up over the acro and the paperwork and all that. And I was like, no, you're all right. Because I just knew, I smelt something wrong. I just smelt it in the air. There's something not right here. Hold back. And I was right too. But I thought, why did he suddenly come to me for an interview when he's a huge Decca fan? Why did Ronan come to me when Ronan was interviewing Decca Heggie? You know, the two of them are around about the same time come to me for an interview. And I thought, there's something about, I don't know, because I do an ACB, anti-cyberbullying, I thought, is this it? Well, it wasn't the beginning because Sean Atwood wanted me to talk to Decca over that. And I said, no, you're okay, because Ron Swanson was on the same show. And I said, no way am I appearing on the show with Ron Swanson. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, it seems odd the way it's all coming on. But this, again, it all adds up. People listen to me. Oh, God, I'm doing a Darren G, aren't I? I'm doing a Darren G. It is what it is, you know. Listen to me, I know I'm the great one. There's bad angels, they're the bad angels, I'm the good angel, I am here. God, please don't let me turn into Darren G. Please don't. Anyway, no, but listen to the. I always get it right. I always hit it right on the mark I do, and I'm proven right eventually. Right, another person that's cropping up, that's all with this bad X, is the criminologist. Is in there. Bad X was using the questions the criminologist asked me that I refused to answer because I thought it was very impertinent. Now, people don't know who this criminologist is. I'm not going to say his name, but let's put it this way. If you'll easily find out his name, just Google his name. And if you spell this word in next to it, R-A-P-E, R-A-P-E, see what comes up, right? I'm not saying whether these things are true, what's being said about them or not, but they've been said for decades. Hardened criminal since a youth. Self-confessed alcoholic. Totally delusional. Hates my guts with a vengeance. Why? Because he seems to dislike and go after anyone that has tried to expose VIP maps. And what I mean by map is, work it out. Not safe around children. He goes after anyone that tries to expose them. So he's working with looks like he's working with Bad X and all this. And who pops up as well in there? Nick Williams. Do you see how there seems to be a little group here of people? And who does Nick Williams support? Decker. It all links up. You get the links coming together. So be wary of it. And where's the criminologist getting hearts from? Guess who? The Jockney Sparrow team. And the honest truth as well were doing it. Not so much now, but they were doing it. When that horrible little Chris Hartley was in there. Anyway, let's look at the comments because I've been ignoring you all, haven't I? But Bad X is gone now, hasn't he? Little creepy dude. I mean, honest to God, what's up with them? What's up with them? The way they carry on. And they're determined some way to make out that somehow I'm a fraud and all this. Tell me where I'm a fraud. I'd love to know where I'm a fraud. Mrs. O, you've got the right name. But just Google his name, you'll see what he's like. And yeah, and he comes out with this terrible hate speech. He was the one that was talking to Jockney Sparrow, and Jockney Sparrow was, what a great comment. Yeah. And that's when I thought, right, you little git, I'm going to have my say against you and your creepy little followers, some of them that you've got. But hopefully, I say with Jockney Sparrow, it's quieting down and we're going to not have to even mention each other ever again. But this, you have to, but yet Ronan thinks he's a good, honest God, he's an idiot. He's a blatant idiot that thinks he's one of the worst idiots you can meet because they think they're intelligent. So intelligent that they can tell you what to do and how to do things. And then they're just so thick. He doesn't do his research. And that's well, he's undone anyway. I've said this. Ronan will never be that great. Being asked on to Oprah Winfrey to be asked how he achieved such monumental success as a podcaster on YouTube. Because of the simple matter, he's made too many slip-ups in the beginning. Once you start getting involved in hate speech or mixing with any kind of suspicion of any kind of hate speech, which he has done, what's going to happen? That's going to destroy you straight away. That's the end of it. He'll only ever be a small presence on YouTube. He's condemned himself. I didn't do that. As I say, anyone can call me. People want to call me nasty, want to call me vicious or whatever you want. Call me, but keep off the hate speech. But it only damages them. It doesn't damage me. It damages them. Well, let's see what's it. Miss Odeka thought he was exposing a thug or a villain, and karma has proven by his acro he's only had drive and stuff and other stuff, but certainly not untoward. Let's see. You see, the thing is, you know, I don't know where it goes with Decker with this. I don't know how he goes forward with it, because I've said before, he seems to be feeding off the negative things, that energy coming towards him. Because if you look at him, he gets huge views when he's talking about the scandal. When he's not, he gets hardly any. Well, not hardly any. I wish I could have what he calls hardly any. But in comparison to what he gets when he's talking about the scandal, it fades into comparison, the numbers. So he feeds off it. So actually, it's in his interest for it to keep going on. It's the TG. It's the things they come out with, sickening details about, oh yeah, sex lies and things that should not be said in public domain. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but disgust me. Well, that's why I always had a problem with Sean Atwood. Filth coming out, because, look, right, people forget, because they can come on YouTube and you create your own channel and you're literally the captain of the ship. You don't have a PR person. I said this ages ago, didn't I? Actually, I said this to Rowan, and I'm sure I did when I was talking to Steve, right? People don't have PR people, and Sean claims he has a PR one. I think it's supposed to be Ashley, and I've said to him, well, he's rubbish as a PR. He's rubbish as a PR person, because you're still making horrendous mistakes there. But they have someone looking after them, and it's usually more than one person, and they listen to everything they're doing and saying. And they tell them, don't mention this, don't mention that, don't mention the other. You see, when you've got your channel, you're a package. You're selling yourself. You are your channel. That's what it is. So you've got to be careful how you sell yourself. And there's too many people on YouTube that are bringing out the most horrendous side of themselves, and it's destroying the chances of ever getting anywhere, because they bring out too much. I no one wants to know about someone that, well, I don't know. I don't want to know about other people's sex lives. No, it does make them sound bad. Jockney, from day one, had it in for me, and I know he did, because I could sense it. And I'm sorry, telling someone that's born into sex and agreeing with someone that says that about someone that's in sex, oh, thank God they can't have grandchildren or grandchildren. Thank God the world's been saved from that. Nasty, horrible thing. And I'm sorry, he turned round to the fake Anne when the fake Anne was trying to get back in with Ronan, and the fake Anne said, I hate Anne, meaning me. What did Jockney turn around and put right under? I've got it all here, if he ever deletes it. Oh, yeah, Tyrone, he was saying, this Anne is the nice Anne, meaning that the fake Anne was the nice one, I'm the horrible one. So don't give me a he didn't say it bad. He was allowing hate speech, hate speech, hate speeches. People have said it to me. That's how I found out about it. People came to me and said, you're just the whole topic in his live stream. He wouldn't be saying it, but his live chat would be me, me, me. And they were all the, I say, wheezy neo-Nazis that homed in on him. Why would they homing in on him? Like attracts like. It's just that he wasn't saying it. He was in the same position as Chancer, really. Chancer never came out with any hate speech himself towards me or anyone else, but he was thumbing up and cheering on what other people were saying. So he was, I could say a lot more about that. He gave up a golden opportunity through doing that, a golden opportunity for him. But so don't say he didn't. He did. Jockney Spout didn't say himself, but he was allowing it to go on and encouraging it. So don't even tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. Let's see. What's this? No, Bobby. I don't know. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Yeah. What a great comment. Yeah. And if you say one more thing, Bobby, I'm going to kick it out because I've got funny suspicions about you. And it's not just because you're disagreeing with me. There's no way you could see what he was saying as being polite. He wasn't. He was agreeing 100%. And I believe that you just hear us stir it up. People always go on about Thailand, you know, God blimey, you'd never want to go to Thailand, would you? Because you get accused of everything. It's like, if you're male, don't go to Thailand. Because for some reason, everyone gets accused, don't they? And what was this thing that Decker was going on about ladyboys? Wasn't he accusing Carl McCorner of going with ladyboys? Well, what's wrong with that? Now, when I say ladyboys, we're not talking about little boys. We're not that. They're just trans women. They're adults, trans women that keep the male genitalia. That's all it is. But they used to be called ladyboys. Now they're called trans women, which they are. But so what? But he's saying, and this is what I've got to point out to people, when people do that, and you know, when people start accusing people of being gay or whatever, right? They're using it as an insult. Then they're shocked when you turn around and say, well, you know, what have you got? Why would that make them bad if they are gay? Or why would that make them bad if they are attracted to trans women? What's bad about that? Forget this term ladyboy. So what's that got to do with it? And I can assure you, if Carl McCorner was into anything like that, he'd be all over me. You know, I mean, let's face it, darlings. He'd be hounding me, wouldn't he? Because look, these Thai ladyboys, as they call, have nothing on me. I'm just stunning. I mean, I knocked them into a hat, don't I? So if Carl McCorner was in that kind of thing, he'd be sending roses to my door, chocolates, condoms, everything. But he doesn't, so I don't believe it. I don't believe it's him. Plus, it doesn't like the voice. Sometimes you can match a voice to the face. The picture he put up doesn't look. You can't imagine that being Carl McCorner, can you? Yeah, but it said, isn't it, Bobby, as an insult? Ooh, only someone really nasty would go with it. I know we use the term ladyboys, but now you're supposed to say trans women. It's just that years ago, to be called a trans woman, you had to go through full reassignment surgery, really. You were expected to. Now that's all changed. It's all changed. Oh, I know, yeah, but you're right what you're saying. The trans women, that's what it is, the trans women. So there's nothing wrong if Comco or anyone else gets turned on by trans women. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong. But it's used as an insult. Swanson relies on shock. It seems to me you can't get anyone to trust you doing that. Exactly. I think adult research is dangerous. What he's doing is stuff that the police should be doing. And, you know, the police will be watching them like a hawk. You just have to be careful. There's a reason why it's left to the police also, and that is that they know, and it happened in Mayfair Police a couple of times, and it's happened in other forces. Officers who were put in. This is where John Wedger says he was doing child protection for 20 odd years. I don't believe him, because the simple reason is usually, or as far as I know, it's a 1 year, 2 year stunt that a detective will work in that area for one simple reason. They can start being acclimatized to it. If you keep on seeing horrible things, horrible video nasties or whatever, and you get used to it, it doesn't shock you after a while. That's what they're scared of. And actually, it has happened that it's also made them want to be the same way themselves. And it's been, you'll get in the papers about officers who were caught, who were working in child protection, would eventually cause. So they're supposed to have a full backup of psychiatric analysis every so often, if it happens. It's like, how often does it happen? But someone just doing it off their own bat and doing it for years, there's question marks going on there. And also, it's the fact that, and he says this, the police can't get him on it because the way he does it. Well, that sounds worse to me. He knows how to cover his tracks. That's what he's saying. He knows how to cover his tracks, and that sounds absolutely worse to me. Feels like there's a puppet master of drama controlling all this. I sat and watched very closely. Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's what I get. Matrix. That's what I get. And I've had this for months, this feeling there's something controlled in this or leading it in a certain direction. And then you think, well, why did that person come to me? Why did this person come to me? It's only that I'm suspicious of people after the Weasley thing that I always question them. And it's horrible that you have to do that. It really is horrible that you have to look into people and all this, but that's what you have to do. Right, I'll put this up once more if anyone wants to jump in. But no one seems to want to bleed and talk to me. Anything else I want to talk about? God knows. Running out at the moment. We've been nearly 40 minutes. Oh yeah, anything like that. Yes, and it's a very careful process dealing with shocking material. You get blokes who think they're tough because they can handle dark content. It can take over people. And that's true. That's what happens. You get immune to it. And then the worst case scenario, it becomes normal to them. And that happens. You'll find police officers that have been caught that were in child protection because they weren't being watched closely enough. Oh yeah, it's still going on. I've said that, Bobby, all the time. A lot of them know that. People are talking about if it's historical. It isn't. It's still going on. County lines a lot. Still going on. Oh, Donna said about the Master Detective last week. I'm not going over again. Sorry. You can catch it if you watch the one that I did last time. It's as the question and answer one. I mentioned it there. I'm just going over the same subject matter. So what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to wind up in a minute because no one's talking to me again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wind up and I'll keep this going for a couple of months to see how it goes. But if I'm just talking literally to a chat room, I'm going to have to stop doing them because it's not worth me the effort me doing them. I'd also get a few people to talk to me, but people don't seem to like coming on talking to me. So what I'll do is I'll answer a couple more, then I'll say goodnight. See if I've missed anything. No, I've missed anything more I can say. So what I'll do, my lovelies, as I say, from now on, I'll keep these to 40 minutes, 50 minutes maximum. And if they start picking up and I start getting a talk, because they're called open lives and no one's called in, it's no point me doing them really. I'm just talking, literally, which I could be doing to a camera and editing it instead of just doing it live. So we've come up to 40 minutes now. It's all quiet out there. So what I'll do, my lovelies, I'm not even getting on to Angela Power Disney. It's her business, let her deal with it. I'm not getting involved in that. It's a bit too sensitive that to start talking about. So what I'll do, my lovelies, I'll end this for now. I'll be on again on Saturday with the quiz. Then on Sunday, I've got Christian C. Clark on, and we'll be talking all about crystals and how ancient man approached crystals and burials and things like that, and we'll talk about it. But anyway, my lovelies, seeing as no one's going to call in, I'll say night, night, sweethearts. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.